Stop scrolling. Archangel Michael is protecting you from a wrong turn. ***. Don't scroll. Listen to this, because the fact that you stopped right here is not coincidence, it's intervention, and this message is for you. Your heart needs this right now more than you realize. Listen to this carefully. Archangel Michael is not stepping in loudly or dramatically, he's stepping in quietly, firmly, and precisely because the wrong turn you were about to make didn't look dangerous, it looked familiar. It felt comfortable. It felt like something you've done before, and that's exactly why protection arrived before you could repeat it. Don't scroll. This message is for you because destiny doesn't always derail you with chaos. Sometimes it saves you by slowing you down when the path ahead looks harmless but leads back to exhaustion. Listen to this. The wrong turn wasn't about one big mistake. It was about one small compromise, one unspoken boundary, one moment where you were about to silence your intuition to keep peace, momentum, or connection alive. Your heart needs this right now because you've already learned that lesson the hard way, and heaven is not asking you to repeat it again. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is standing between you and a pattern that once drained you slowly, quietly, until you forgot how tired you were. That tight feeling in your chest. That pause you couldn't explain. That sudden hesitation before acting. That was not doubt, that was protection activating before repetition could lock in. Listen to this. Your spiritual awakening didn't arrive as visions or dramatic revelations, it arrived as sensitivity. You feel misalignment faster now. You sense when something costs more than it gives. Your body reacts before your mind starts rationalizing. That's why the warning came softly instead of urgently. Panic belongs to danger. Calm belongs to discernment. Don't scroll. This message is for you because discernment has matured inside you enough to recognize when something is off without needing proof. Listen to this. Angel numbers didn't start appearing randomly around this moment. 1111 showed up to remind you alignment was available if you slowed down enough to choose it. 222 appeared when balance depended on what you didn't say, didn't agree to, didn't rush into. 44 came when you were tired but protected, reminding you that you don't have to hold everything together by force anymore. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because guidance has been surrounding you longer than you think, you just finally paused long enough to feel it. Listen to this. This protection reaches deeply into love and soulmate energy, because love is where the wrong turn almost always starts. You've learned how to stay quiet to keep harmony, how to move faster to avoid abandonment, how to explain yourself so you won't be misunderstood. Don't scroll. This message is for you because real love does not require self-erasure. Recognition does not feel anxious. Recognition feels calm, mutual, and safe. Whether someone is approaching your life, revealing their truth, or gently stepping away, Archangel Michael is protecting your heart from choosing intensity over alignment again. Listen to this. Intensity feels urgent. Destiny feels steady. Don't scroll. The wrong turn you were spared from would have asked you to override your body, your timing, your truth, just a little at first, then a little more. That's how cycles restart quietly. Your heart needs this right now because cycles only end when awareness arrives before the decision, not after the damage. Listen to this. Archangel Michael is not asking you to confront, explain, or make a dramatic exit. He's asking you to pause long enough to choose differently without guilt. Guilt belongs to old survival rules. Peace belongs to alignment. Don't scroll. You may feel a strange calm settling in as you read this, not excitement, not certainty, but steadiness. That steadiness is the confirmation you've been waiting for. It's how protection feels when it doesn't need to scare you to be effective. Listen to this. You are not missing out by slowing down. You are being redirected away from what would have cost you clarity, energy, and self-respect later. Don't scroll. This message is for you because your life no longer requires you to learn lessons through exhaustion. You are allowed to learn them through awareness now. Listen to this. After this moment, you may notice subtle shifts. You don't rush to respond. You don't feel the same pull toward familiar chaos. You don't explain yourself as much. Silence no longer scares you. That's not distance, that's alignment taking root. Your heart needs this right now because alignment protects what matters without noise. Don't scroll. There may still be a voice that whispers, "What if I'm wrong?" Hear this clearly: what is meant for you does not require you to abandon your intuition to reach it. Destiny does not punish discernment. Destiny responds to peace. Listen to this. One day, and that day will come sooner than you expect. You will look back at this exact moment, the moment you didn't scroll, the moment you paused when everything in you once would have rushed, and realize this was the turn that saved you from repeating a chapter that already ended. Not because something dramatic happened, but because something didn't. You didn't override yourself. You didn't choose familiarity over truth. You didn't take the wrong turn. Your heart needs this right now because sometimes the greatest miracle is not what you receive, it's what you're gently protected from. Stay with this feeling for just a few seconds longer. Feel how calm feels different from fear. That calm is your confirmation. And because you listened, because you paused, because you trusted the interruption when it mattered, Archangel Michael's protection has already done its work. Guiding you away from what would have drained you and back onto the path that feels steady, clear, and truly meant for you. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here for part 2, this message has now moved past the interruption and into the reason Archangel Michael stepped in at all, and your heart needs this right now. This is where protection turns into redirection and redirection becomes relief. Listen to this carefully. The wrong turn you were protected from wasn't loud or obvious, it was subtle, quiet, and disguised as something reasonable. It looked like patience. It looked like loyalty. It looked like giving something one more chance. That's why this protection didn't come with fear, it came with clarity. Don't scroll. This message is for you because the most draining paths rarely announce themselves as mistakes, they present themselves as responsibilities. Listen to this. Archangel Michael confirms that what you felt wasn't confusion, it was your intuition recognizing a familiar ending before it happened again. You've been here before. You know how it ends. The exhaustion doesn't arrive immediately, it arrives slowly, after you've already adjusted, compromised, and quieted yourself just enough to keep things moving. Your heart needs this right now because you are no longer meant to learn through depletion. Don't scroll. The reason this pause feels calm instead of urgent is because danger wasn't the lesson, repetition was. Repetition of overgiving. Repetition of waiting without clarity. Repetition of silencing your needs to maintain connection or progress. Listen to this. Heaven interrupted you not because you were about to fail, but because you were about to succeed at something that no longer fits who you are becoming. Don't scroll. This message is for you because growth doesn't always pull you forward. Sometimes it pulls you away. Listen to this. Your spiritual awakening has reached the point where your body recognizes misalignment before your mind starts negotiating. That heaviness you felt? That resistance? That quiet, something's off, you couldn't explain? That wasn't anxiety. That was your inner guidance saying, not this way. Panic would have felt loud and overwhelming. This felt steady and firm. That's how protection feels when it's rooted in wisdom, not fear. Don't scroll. Angel numbers around this moment are not coincidences. 1111 appeared as a reminder that alignment was available if you paused long enough to choose it. 222 showed up when balance depended on what you did not agree to. 444 arrived when you were tired but still held, reminding you that support doesn't disappear when you stop pushing. Your heart needs this right now because these signs were never asking you to act faster, they were asking you to trust yourself more. Listen to this. This redirection touches love and soulmate energy deeply, because love is where wrong turns hurt the most. You've mistaken familiarity for fate before. You've stayed because it felt meaningful, even when it felt draining. You've hoped clarity would arrive later, after more effort, more patience, more sacrifice. Don't scroll. This message is for you because real love does not require you to abandon your intuition to maintain it. Recognition feels calm. Recognition feels safe. Recognition doesn't pressure you to hurry, explain, or shrink. Listen to this. Whether a soulmate is approaching your life, revealing truth, or gently stepping out of your path, Archangel Michael is protecting you from choosing intensity over alignment again. Intensity demands urgency. Destiny allows space. Don't scroll. The wrong turn you avoided would have kept you stuck in a version of yourself that is already outdated. The version that adapts too much, gives too quickly, and waits too long to be chosen. Your heart needs this right now because you are no longer meant to earn what is meant for you. Listen to this. Archangel Michael isn't asking you to confront or cut off anything dramatically. He's asking you to stand still long enough for truth to become obvious without effort. When something is aligned, it doesn't vanish when you slow down. When something is misaligned, it pressures you to move faster than feels right. Pressure is information, not instruction. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you're learning to read pressure without obeying it. Listen to this. You may notice that as you imagine not taking that wrong turn, not responding immediately, not agreeing automatically, not over-explaining, your body relaxes. That relaxation is your confirmation. The body relaxes when the soul feels respected. Your heart needs this right now because respect for yourself is the foundation of every aligned future. Don't scroll. After this moment, life may feel subtly different. You may respond slower. You may tolerate less confusion. You may feel less pulled toward familiar chaos. Silence may stop feeling dangerous. These are not losses, they are signs that protection has integrated. Listen to this. You are not behind. You are not missing out. You are being guided around what would have drained you quietly over time. Don't scroll. One day you will look back at this exact pause, the moment you didn't scroll, the moment you stayed just a little longer, and realize this was the fork in the road where exhaustion ended and self-respect began. Not because something dramatic happened, but because something didn't. You didn't repeat the cycle. Your heart needs this right now because sometimes the greatest blessing is not what enters your life, it's what you were gently, lovingly, and precisely protected from. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here for part 3, this message is now reaching the layer Archangel Michael intended only for those who are ready to understand the protection, not just feel it, and your heart needs this right now. This is where redirection becomes revelation, where you finally see why the wrong turn looked so tempting and why being stopped was an act of deep love, not limitation. Listen to this carefully. The reason that wrong turn felt familiar is because it matched an old version of you, a version that learned to survive by adapting, explaining, and staying longer than was healthy. That version was brave, resilient, and necessary once, but it is no longer who you are meant to be. Don't scroll. This message is for you because Archangel Michael didn't stop you from going somewhere bad. He stopped you from going somewhere small. Listen to this. You were about to choose something that fit who you used to be, not who you are becoming. And becoming always feels uncomfortable at the edge, because it asks you to leave behind what you already know how to manage. Your heart needs this right now because growth doesn't always feel exciting, sometimes it feels like resistance to the familiar. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is showing you that the wrong turn would have required you to dim yourself just a little. To wait just a little longer. To tolerate just a little more confusion. And that little is how self-betrayal sneaks back in quietly. Listen to this. You have already outgrown situations where you must prove your worth through patience, endurance, or silence. That chapter taught you what it needed to teach you. Repeating it would not bring new wisdom. Only deeper exhaustion. Don't scroll. This message is for you because your soul no longer needs to be tested to be trusted. Listen to this. Your spiritual awakening has reached a stage where discernment feels neutral, not emotional. You don't feel dramatic pull or panic anymore, you feel a steady no, or a grounded wait. That neutrality is power. It means you're not being ruled by fear or desire, you're being guided by truth. Your heart needs this right now because neutrality is how intuition speaks when it's fully integrated. Don't scroll. The angel numbers you've been seeing around this moment are reinforcing that integration. 1111 appeared to remind you that alignment happens when you choose presence over prediction. 222 showed up when harmony depended on restraint, not effort. 444 came when you were tired but supported, showing you that safety does not disappear when you stop pushing. Listen to this. These were not signs to rush forward, they were confirmations that slowing down would not cost you anything meant for you. Don't scroll. This message moves deeply into soulmate energy again, but from a place of maturity, not longing. You are no longer meant to chase chemistry that destabilizes you or connection that keeps you guessing. Love aligned with your destiny does not feel like pressure. It does not punish your boundaries. It does not require you to shrink your truth to maintain closeness. Recognition feels calm. Recognition feels mutual. Recognition feels safe in your body. Your heart needs this right now because safety is not boring, it's sustainable. Don't scroll. Whether a soulmate is approaching your life, revealing something important, or quietly being redirected away, Archangel Michael is protecting you from choosing attachment over alignment again. Listen to this. The wrong turn would have tied you to emotional labor you are no longer assigned to do. You were about to resume carrying more than your share, feelings, expectations, responsibility for outcomes that were never fully yours. Your heart needs this right now because you are learning that love does not grow where one person does all the adjusting. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is reminding you that reciprocity is not something you demand, it's something you notice. And the pause gave you space to notice what was missing. Listen to this. You may feel a sense of grief beneath the relief, grief for the version of you that kept hoping, fixing, and believing things would change if you tried harder. That grief is not regression, it's release. You are honoring the effort you gave without asking yourself to keep paying the same cost. Your heart needs this right now because honoring your past does not require repeating it. Don't scroll. This message is for you because redirection does not mean loss, it means preservation. Preservation of your energy. Preservation of your clarity. Preservation of your future self who no longer wants to recover from choices made out of fear. Listen to this. The pause you honored is already changing how you move through life. You may notice you respond slower. You say less. You tolerate confusion for shorter periods. Silence feels less threatening. These are not signs of detachment. They are signs of self-respect taking root. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that self-respect is not loud or aggressive, it is calm and consistent. And consistency is what rewires your future. Listen to this. The wrong turn is already behind you. You don't need to analyze it, confront it, or explain it. You simply need to keep choosing from the steadiness you feel now. When something is aligned, it does not need urgency to survive. When something is misaligned, it pressures you to move before clarity arrives. Pressure is information. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you are learning to trust information without reacting to it. Listen to this. There will come a moment, soon, when you realize how much energy you saved by not going down that road again. You'll feel lighter, clearer, less drained. And you'll understand that this pause was not a delay, it was a rescue. Your heart needs this right now because sometimes protection looks like stillness, and stillness is where the future finally has room to reach you. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here for part 4, this message has reached the point where Archangel Michael intended understanding to turn into embodied confidence, and your heart needs this right now. This is where protection settles so deeply that you no longer question it, explain it, or doubt it, and where the wrong turn you avoided becomes a quiet source of strength instead of a lingering curiosity. Listen to this carefully. The pause you honored has already shifted your internal compass, and now you are beginning to notice how different your inner landscape feels when you are not bracing for impact, not managing outcomes, not anticipating disappointment. That sense of relief isn't accidental, it's the body recognizing safety after years of being on alert. Don't scroll. This message is for you because safety is not something you have to earn anymore. It's something you're allowed to choose. Listen to this. Archangel Michael is reminding you that protection doesn't just block what's wrong, it strengthens your ability to recognize what's right. You are beginning to feel more decisive without being reactive, more confident without being rigid, more open without being exposed. That balance is the mark of discernment becoming wisdom. Your heart needs this right now because wisdom doesn't shout, it steadies. Don't scroll. You may notice that situations which once pulled you in now barely register. Conversations that used to spiral now end sooner. Requests that once triggered guilt now meet a calm pause. This is not detachment, it's alignment taking up residence. Listen to this. Alignment does not make you cold, it makes you clear. And clarity protects your energy better than effort ever did. Don't scroll. Your spiritual awakening has moved into a phase where trust replaces analysis. You no longer need to replay scenarios to convince yourself you did the right thing. You feel it. You know it. That knowing doesn't need validation. Angel numbers continue to appear, but now they land like gentle confirmations instead of urgent prompts. 1111 feels like a quiet, you're here. 222 feels like a calm, this is balanced. 444 feels like a steady, you're held. Listen to this. These are reassurances that your pace is not putting you at risk, it's putting you in position. Don't scroll. This part of the message reaches into love and soulmate energy from a grounded place of self-respect. You are no longer asking love to rescue you from loneliness or uncertainty. You are asking it to meet you where you are, present, whole, and clear. That request alone filters out what cannot rise to meet you. Recognition feels calm. Recognition feels mutual. Recognition feels like peace expanding, not anxiety shrinking. Your heart needs this right now because love that costs your nervous system is not destiny, it's a lesson you already completed. Don't scroll. Whether someone is approaching, revealing truth, or quietly fading, Archangel Michael is protecting your capacity to choose connection without self-betrayal. Listen to this. The wrong turn would have pulled you back into emotional labor you are no longer assigned to perform. It would have required you to explain yourself repeatedly, manage someone else's uncertainty, and wait for clarity that never quite arrives. You don't need to test yourself there again. Your heart needs this right now because peace is not found by enduring confusion, it's found by honoring clarity when it appears. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael wants you to notice how your relationship with silence has changed. Silence used to feel heavy, like something was wrong or missing. Now silence feels informative. In silence, you sense alignment. In silence, your body relaxes. In silence, truth doesn't compete. That's because silence is no longer abandonment for you, it's presence. Listen to this. Presence is where intuition speaks without strain. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you're learning to let things reveal themselves without interference. When something is aligned, it does not disappear when you slow down. When something is misaligned, it pressures you to move faster than feels right. Pressure is information, not instruction. You are learning to read information without reacting to it. Your heart needs this right now because mastery is responding, not reacting. Don't scroll. You may feel a subtle grief mixed with relief, grief for the time you spent carrying more than your share, relief that you no longer have to. That grief is not a setback, it's a release. You are honoring what you gave without asking yourself to give it again. Listen to this. Honoring the past does not require repeating it. Don't scroll. The pause you honored has already begun to reshape your future in small, quiet ways. You may notice you sleep deeper. You may feel less compelled to fill space. You may choose rest without justification. These are signs of regulation returning to your system. Your heart needs this right now because a regulated nervous system is the foundation of every aligned choice ahead. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is not asking you to become guarded or closed, he's asking you to become selective with intention. Selective does not mean fearful, it means faithful to what feels true. Listen to this. You don't need to know every step ahead to trust the direction you're facing. Trust is not certainty, it's comfort with your own pace. Don't scroll. There will come moments when the old urge tries to resurface, the urge to rush, to fix, to smooth things over before discomfort grows. When that happens, return to your body. Tightness means pause. Ease means proceed. Your body has become your compass because it remembers truth without drama. Your heart needs this right now because the future you are stepping into requires presence more than prediction. Don't scroll. This part exists because most people feel protection and then doubt it. You stayed long enough to integrate it. And integration is what turns a moment into a movement. Take one slow breath here. Feel how grounded you are. That grounded feeling is not hesitation, it's readiness without urgency. And from that place, the path ahead is not only clearer, it is kinder, steadier, and finally aligned with who you are now. Don't scroll, listen to this. Because if you are still here for part 5, this message has reached the moment Archangel Michael designed for consolidation and courage, and your heart needs this right now. This is where protection turns into permission, where the wrong turn you avoided becomes proof that you can trust yourself moving forward. Listen to this carefully. What's changing now isn't the outside world, it's the way you meet it. You're no longer scanning for danger or bracing for disappointment. You're standing in a quieter confidence that doesn't need to announce itself. That shift matters more than any single decision because it changes how every decision feels. Don't scroll. This message is for you because confidence rooted in calm lasts longer than confidence fueled by adrenaline. Listen to this. Archangel Michael is reminding you that the pause you honored wasn't hesitation, it was maturity. Maturity knows when to wait without calling it fear and when to move without calling it bravery. You're learning that discernment isn't indecision, it's devotion to truth over habit. Your heart needs this right now because devotion to truth frees you from repeating the same lessons with different names. Don't scroll. Notice how the memory of the wrong turn no longer hooks you with what-ifs. Instead, it settles as a quiet certainty, I know better now. That knowing isn't arrogance. It's earned. You earned it through experiences that taught you where your energy leaks and where it thrives. Listen to this. Archangel Michael didn't save you from making a mistake. He affirmed that you have already learned what you needed to learn. Don't scroll. This message is for you because graduation feels subtle. There's no ceremony, no applause, just a steady sense that you won't go back to what once drained you. Listen to this. Your spiritual awakening continues, not as a search for signs but as a relationship with your body's wisdom. You feel alignment as ease, not excitement. You feel misalignment as pressure, not panic. Angel numbers still pass through your day like soft check-ins, 1111 as a reminder you're present, 222 as reassurance that balance is holding, 444 as a quiet promise that you're supported even when you rest. These aren't commands, they're confirmations. Don't scroll. Your heart needs this right now because confirmation builds trust, and trust builds momentum that doesn't exhaust you. Listen to this. The way you approach love has changed in a way you might not fully recognize yet. You're no longer drawn to intensity as proof of depth. You're drawn to consistency as proof of care. Recognition feels calm. Recognition feels mutual. Recognition feels like being understood without explanation. That recalibration filters your world gently and decisively. Don't scroll. This message is for you because love aligned with your destiny will respect your pace, your pauses, and your peace. Whether a soulmate is approaching, revealing truth, or quietly moving out of your path, the measure is the same. Does your body feel safe, seen, and steady? If yes, proceed without rushing. If no, pause without guilt. Listen to this. Guilt once kept you compliant, clarity keeps you free. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is also reshaping how you relate to effort. You're learning that effort isn't always virtuous and ease isn't always lazy. Sometimes ease is alignment doing the heavy lifting. Sometimes effort is resistance wearing a costume. Your heart needs this right now because discernment saves energy that discipline alone never could. Listen to this. You may find yourself saying less, promising less, explaining less, not because you care less, but because you trust more. Trust doesn't perform, it rests. Don't scroll. This message is for you because resting in trust invites the right outcomes to meet you halfway. Listen to this. The pause has given you a new superpower, selective engagement. You no longer enter every conversation, every opportunity, every emotional invitation. You choose where to place your attention. Attention is currency. Spend it where it appreciates, not where it drains. Your heart needs this right now because boundaries are investments, not walls. Don't scroll. There may be moments when old echoes try to pull you back, the urge to fix, to rescue, to overfunction. When that happens, remember how relief felt when you didn't take the wrong turn. Relief is data. Let relief guide you. Listen to this. Relief means your system recognized safety. Don't scroll. As days pass, you'll notice the cumulative effect of these small, aligned choices. You'll feel less rushed and more present. You'll recover faster from stress. You'll notice joy without chasing it. This isn't luck, it's alignment compounding quietly. Your heart needs this right now because compounding peace builds a future that doesn't need constant repair. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael wants you to carry one final truth from this part: you don't need to be perfect to be protected. You only need to be present enough to pause. Presence invites guidance. Guidance invites protection. Protection invites the right turns to find you without force. Listen to this. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing anything meant for you. You are arriving with discernment instead of urgency, and that arrival changes how everything unfolds. Don't scroll. Stay with this calm a moment longer. Let it anchor. Because from this place, steady, aware, and self-trusting, the next steps don't require bravery. They require honesty. And honesty, chosen from peace, keeps you on the path that's truly yours. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here at the very end, this message has reached you exactly as Archangel Michael intended, and your heart needs this right now more than ever. This is the moment where protection becomes confirmation, where everything you felt quietly inside finally settles into truth you can trust without question. Listen to this. You didn't stay until the end by accident. Most people feel a pause and move on. You stayed because something inside you recognized safety, recognized alignment, recognized that this wasn't fear speaking, it was guidance. Archangel Michael says the wrong turn you were protected from wasn't meant to scare you, it was meant to show you how far you've come. You are no longer someone who has to learn through exhaustion, heartbreak, or collapse. You are someone who learns through awareness now, and that is a spiritual upgrade you earned. Don't scroll. This message is for you because endings like this don't arrive with fireworks, they arrive with peace. Listen to this. The reason this protection feels calm instead of dramatic is because your nervous system is no longer addicted to chaos. You don't need intensity to feel alive anymore. You don't need urgency to feel important. You don't need confusion to feel connected. That alone changes your destiny more than any single opportunity ever could. Your heart needs this right now because peace is no longer something you chase, it's something you recognize and choose. Don't scroll. This final moment reaches deeply into love and soulmate energy, because love is where the wrong turn would have cost you the most. You once believed love required endurance, patience without clarity, and staying quiet to keep connection alive. Now you know better. Recognition feels calm. Recognition feels mutual. Recognition feels like being able to breathe and still feel chosen. Whether a soulmate is approaching your life, revealing their truth, or gently being redirected away, Archangel Michael confirms this. The love meant for you will never require you to abandon your intuition to keep it. If something leaves because you slowed down, it was never meant to stay. Your heart needs this right now because destiny does not punish self-respect. Don't scroll. Your spiritual awakening has reached embodiment. You are no longer collecting signs because you doubt yourself, you are noticing confirmations because you trust yourself. Angel numbers may still appear, but now they feel like gentle nods instead of urgent instructions. 1111 reminds you you're present. 222 confirms balance is holding. 444 reassures you are protected even when you rest. These signs are heaven saying, you listened in time. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael wants you to understand something before this message closes. Protection doesn't always feel like being pushed forward, sometimes it feels like being allowed to stop. Stopping is not failure. Stopping is wisdom when it prevents repetition. Waiting is not weakness. Waiting is strength when it keeps you aligned. Pausing is not loss. Pausing is power when it saves your future self from unnecessary pain. Listen to this. Because you honored the pause, something has already shifted. You will notice it in small ways first. You won't feel the same pull toward familiar chaos. You won't rush to explain yourself. You won't tolerate confusion as long. Silence won't scare you anymore. These are not changes you force, they are changes that arrive when self-trust takes root. Your heart needs this right now because self-trust is what allows blessings to stay instead of passing through. Don't scroll. There may still be moments ahead when doubt whispers, "What if I was wrong?" Hear this clearly. What is meant for you does not require panic to secure it. What is meant for you does not disappear because you chose peace. What is meant for you does not punish discernment. Destiny responds to alignment, and alignment responds to calm. Listen to this. One day, and that day may come sooner than you expect, you will look back at this exact moment, the moment you didn't scroll, the moment you stayed until the very last word, and you will realize this was the turning point. Not because something dramatic happened, but because something didn't. You didn't repeat the cycle. You didn't override your intuition. You didn't take the wrong turn just because it felt familiar. Your heart needs this right now because sometimes the greatest miracle is not what enters your life, it's what you were lovingly protected from. Don't scroll. This ending was written for those who watch until the end, because staying means you were ready to integrate the message, not just hear it. Take one slow breath right now. Feel how grounded you are. Feel how calm feels different from fear. That calm is your confirmation. And because you stayed, because you listened, because you trusted the pause when it mattered, Archangel Michael's message completes itself here. You are protected, you are aligned, and from this moment forward, your path no longer needs pain to guide it. It will be guided by clarity, by peace, and by the quiet confidence that you finally trust yourself enough to choose the right direction, even when no one else can see it yet.